Yeah. Welcome back, fight fans. Another episode of Phantom Punch Podcast. Apollo Ali here.
Yes, sir. Johnny Southpaw in the building with y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest with us.
Yeah.
Sir, you want to introduce yourself? We're on camera, too. That's the camera. You got the mic. You got everything, bro. You got the floor.
Hey, man, I feel good being here, man. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Introduce yourself to the people, man.
This is the one and only Reg Raw, one of the best trainers in the world. One of the best underrated trainers in the world.
Humbly, of course, right? You know what I mean?
I've been in this thing forever, man.
Yes, sir. So, Reg is the head coach of upcoming Matchroom prospect, right?
Yes, sir.
From Camden, New Jersey, Camden's own Raymond Savage Ford, Ray Savage Ford.
Yes, sir.
The head trainer for him, and then you got a whole list of folks that you train with, right?
Absolutely.
So, who else are you training, sir?
Right now we got up and coming amateur man by the name of Chemo. He's a lefty. This kid is amazing. But besides him, we got Machine Jefferson Jr.
Oh yeah, Sheem's nice.
Yeah,
Sheem's on the come up too.
Yeah.
Did he just sign a contract? I just saw him. I saw Errol post something. He just signed a contract with somebody, didn't he?
No, that wasn't him. That was Qua.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was Qua, who just signed. Congratulations to him.
Yes, sir.
He just signed with King's Promotion. So.
Yeah, that's what I saw. I saw it. Yeah, he just signed with King's Promotion.
Yeah,
I saw that picture.
That's a good start of his career.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so
yeah, you know how to start careers, man, because you was in the corner of folks like Tevin Farmer, Jason Sosa, Stevie Ortiz. So you got some. You got some heavy hitters under your belt, right?
Absolutely, man. I was there like the beginning of Sosa's career. Even with Stevie, like Stevie having his first pro fight. Even though a lot of those fights, I trained them guys for, I didn't reap the benefits, and it wasn't because of the boxers.
Right.
But I really don't want to get into it because I don't want to throw nobody under the bus. But
So let me ask you a question, Reg.
Yeah.
Starting from zero, right?
Right.
A fighter comes into the gym,
Right.
wanting to fight, and asking you to train him. What two attributes would you consider the most important in starting a fighter?
Footwork and just fundamentals. Period.
Let me give you an example. Like a fighter that just is a natural puncher. He comes in, he's just strong, or he's got speed, or is it mental fortitude type of things? Like what is the one thing that you look for that says, yeah, I could turn that kid into a champion?
Well, it depends on what they got, because what they don't have, that's what you need to work on.
Mm-hmm.
So a fighter can come, if he got speed and no power, then, sometimes you can work on the power.
Right.
But if you got power and no speed, a lot of times people got power. They're not even meant to be fast.
Right.
Like it can be a boxer puncher.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So the most important thing, in boxing is jab and footwork. You have to have a footwork.
Right.
You got to have a jab. And what's going on right now with boxing, man, is just I think everybody's taking boxing for a joke.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's social media. Social media, because what happens is you got people on the outside of boxing looking in, and what they think is that when they look on Instagram or they look on YouTube, they see people who just mechanics doing mitt work.
Right.
And a lot of people think that that's boxing. Like mitt work is just boxing, period.
Right.
So I think that's where everybody get boxing wrong. Like it's not just about mitt work. It got a lot to do with more than that.
I agree.
Most definitely. Wait, hold up. We didn't even introduce the episode. Hold up. So, Phantom Punch Podcast, episode 42. As you can see, we're going to get into it today. We got a bunch of shit coming on the docket just to recap and catch up on. I didn't even check in with you. You know what I mean? You good? We good?
Yeah, I'm fresh back from AC, man. They treated me right down there, so I'm in a good mood.
Did you finally put any money on these fights yet?
I didn't.
Oh my God!
But I put money on black though.
I'm a sore loser, man. I don't like to bet.
For real?
Yeah,
damn, I'm the only one, bro. So Andy Ruiz won me $1.27 last night.
Congratulations on that, man.
Oh, okay.
And Omar Figueroa lost me too much that I want to say.
Yeah, all right then.
I don't know why.
I don't know why you even mentioned the win.
I don't know why I put money on Omar Figueroa, bro. As I'm watching the fight, I'm like, this shit is, I don't know what I was watching with that bullshit. But, yeah, man. I mean, otherwise, I guess we just jumping into
Let's
it.
go.
That was, I like that lead in, bro. That, you know, what attributes do you look for in a fighter? Reg, which ones did I walk into the gym with?
0.
Tell the truth.
None. No. You know what's crazy though? I'm gonna be honest. Like, actually, when Johnny first came,
This is some shit.
I used to always compare him to.
Say it, because I know what you're about to say.
I used to always compare him.
Don't
to,
give him no unwarranted credit, man.
Yo, see, nobody gives me no love here, bro.
Bro, I used to always compare him to. I can't think of the guy's name.
I can.
Who?
Sergio Martinez.
Sergio Martinez.
Yes,
exactly.
sir.
and that's how he used to fight. And I used to always tell him, like, yo,
Pick your hands
let's
up.
get in shape. Like, I want to take you to the Nationals. Like, I know you would win.
Yeah,
You
bro.
know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, he was out of the gym and he gained like 121 pounds.
Yo, what the fuck, bro? What's wrong with you, yo? Man, it happened to the best of us. I started, you know what I mean? I started working, had more kids, and that was the end of it, I guess. I don't know.
He got comfortable, man, and just sitting on the couch eating for like 6 months. And then that was it. He called it quits.
That's it. I hung them up, bro. I stop in every once in a while, man. I still show love and show my face. See, the real reason I don't come to the gym no more is every time I come to the gym, everybody just tell me how fat I am. It's ridiculous.
Well, I mean,
So I walk in the gym, Sosa be like, "Papi, you fighting at heavyweight now, huh?" I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck is wrong with y'all, yo? Hi to you too, Sosa. Fuck you mean, bro?"
that was crazy because people don't know, man. Sosa is one of the quietest people you can ever meet, man.
Absolutely, but he's hilarious,
Sosa is
bro.
quiet, bro. He's one of the most quietest people you can ever meet. Like, he don't, like, unless you ask him a question, like, Sosa won't talk.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he comes in and he works. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen him work by himself until he got a fight. And then, you know, he started getting trained.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. I see. 100%, bro.
But Sosa's a good guy, man. Always been.
Yeah, he's a good dude, and I'm happy he's, you know what I mean, he's happy now. He seems to be happy. He's living his life right now. So, I mean, I love to see that for him and for, you know what I mean, for all fighters really who just get an opportunity to do that.
Right.
As, you know what I mean, later on and shit in their career.
That's really what it's about.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day.
All right, so first thing we got to catch up on, I guess, this week in boxing. What do we got? What was the first thing we got?
I mean, what do you want to do? Recap the fights or talk upcoming situations?
Well, might as well. Let's recap the fights a little bit, bro. Oh man. No, I want to get it out of the way.
Go ahead. Approach the tough topics, man.
Okay, let's do it.
Approach the tough
We
topics.
both got to do it, man. We got to do it.
Let's do it.
So the first fight, really of note, obviously, that I want to kind of recap and talk about, is my man Erislandy Lara taking on Cornflake Tommy Lamanna. It got quiet for no reason.
I'm just waiting on you to.
Nobody got nothing to say.
I mean,
tough loss.
I mean, it was a tough loss. It was a tough loss. I didn't expect it to go that short.
Yeah.
I thought it would go a little longer than that. I didn't expect it to go that short. But, you know, it's boxing. Things happens in boxing.
Right.
It's boxing.
Right.
You know, like, and people don't understand. That's all it takes is one shot in boxing.
Right.
You could be winning the whole fight and just get knocked out in the last round.
Yeah.
Like, it's boxing. All it takes is one shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, it was just a kid who died, like a week ago or something like that, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
No, that was
I
this
mean,
week. I saw that kid. It was an amateur.
So, you know, condolences to his family.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But what people don't understand is what I don't like about celebrity boxing is just that you got real fighters who get in that ring every day, put their life on the line.
Yep.
And these celebrity boxing is playing around with this like it's a game.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? And people put their lives on the line with this like this. And I think like the only way that they're going to stop celebrity boxing is
somebody
someone get hurt
Yep.
seriously.
Yep.
But
You know
will that happen? Is it designed for that? You know what I mean? Is the whole thing a play?
I mean, they putting on regular gloves. I mean, they you know, you can, all it takes is one punch.
No, I'm with you on that. What I'm asking is the whole thing fixed from the get go?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think. I mean, I don't think the Nick Robinson knockout was fixed.
Okay, right. Speaking of basketball players, Lamar Odom got a fight next week in AC.
So I thought that fight already happened. That's the Aaron Carter fight.
It's in AC next week, I believe.
Who was he fighting?
I don't.
So Aaron Carter, he's like the kid who was never Justin Bieber that was supposed to be Justin Bieber.
I don't even. This is the first time I'm hearing about Lamar Odom.
Right,
Lamar Odom is in the ring, man.
So everybody is asking about like this type of stuff. Like when I turn on ESPN, when I turn on Mike Tyson's podcast, when I turn on anybody's podcast, everybody's talking about the YouTube thing. Like YouTube fighters, YouTube boxers, this, that, and the third. I will say though, so I had an opportunity to watch the interview that Andre Berto did on his, I think it's a podcast, I don't know. Mm-hmm. But he did an interview with Jake Paul and with, who's Jake Paul's trainer? What's that kid's name? He's
I don't know.
Former fighter, the heavyweight. Damn, I forget his name.
I know Jay Leon Love is in their camp.
Oh my God. That's a different topic. But wait, hold up. Before we get, I want to get to that too. But before we get to that, one of the things Andre Berto said and just kind of in the conversation, like with Jake Paul and all of this, he brought up a good point, and I think it's that boxers can maybe actually take something away from this. They don't have to necessarily wait for the promoter to promote them. They don't necessarily have to wait for Bob Arum, for Eddie Hearn, for Top Rank, for Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya and all these guys to like put aside their ego and actually promote them. Just make yourself a household name, like in the interim. And I don't
think that boxers don't know that though. Everybody that exists on the planet does know that this is the social media era. But it's like that's not a new.
But I don't know
phenomenon.
Who does that. I don't know who does that successfully, and that's the thing.
That's the thing.
Maybe there's something to take away.
Who does it successfully is different than a different conversation as opposed to do they know that that's what they should be doing or not.
Well, are you talking about as far as like just out there just going to fight on your own? Because if you're on the contract, you can't do that.
No, I don't think I mean that. I mean
building up your personality.
Yeah, building up
your draw.
Right, making yourself somebody like Floyd did it successfully.
Yeah.
If Adrian Broner was a better fighter, he would have done it more successfully.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if AB would have stood up to the challenge of Marcos Maidana, or you know what I mean? Like if he would have beat Maidana maybe and continued on that trajectory, you know what I mean? Maybe like he's somebody who would be in that kind of realm where he's kind of clickbait. You know what I mean? That everybody's talking about it because of this.
Your boy Ryan Garcia.
Well, I think
right.
But talking about Adrian Broner, I think Adrian Broner's a great fighter.
Absolutely.
I just think that Adrian Broner got bored and just started wanting to do something different. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But you can't take nothing away from him about what he's accomplished. He's accomplished a lot in a short amount of time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, Adrian Broner used to be a monster, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the amateurs.
When he was at 135, he just started moving up the fight because I guess he was getting bored. But when he was at 135, remember he was clipping everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I guess he just wanted to start doing something more. But AB was a monster.
All right, but with that being said, no, that's an honest question though. If let's take Ray for an example. Right. Ray started getting out and about, getting mixing it up with whether it's music artists or whether it's, even like some of these other streamers and all of that stuff, and puts himself out there. Right. Doesn't that put him in a better position to negotiate? Like, doesn't that put him like, look, listen, man, you see my social media, you see my YouTube, you see like my Instagram views or Instagram this or click this, click that, whatever, like all the clickable stuff.
Absolutely. And doing that, you can be able to negotiate with a lot of things. Sponsorship.
Right.
With your promotion and everything. You know what I mean? One thing about us, like, we run a tight ship with Ray. You know what I mean? Like, we run a tight ship. And the thing that I love about Ray is if Ray get a phone call from somebody, Ray would call me and he would call the other coach, Adam. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, Ray, it's a team thing with Ray.
Right.
It's not an odd thing. It's a team thing with Ray. And that's the thing that I love about him. It's like he care about our opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's just not like he do something to make a decision on his own. It's like, hold on, let me call my team and, we're going to talk about this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it's been times where we was on the phone with, managers and stuff like that. And, after we hung up with the managers, Ray was like, man, listen, what y'all think?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we was like, man, well, it's shady. He like, all right, well, we don't want to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So he made decisions based upon that, but
yeah, that's a good thing.
So
that's a good thing.
You know, it always has to be a team thing. You know what I mean? And Ray knows, like, he don't have no yes men around him. You know what I'm saying?
Which is good. That's helpful.
Exactly. And people don't know that though. Like having yes men around you can hurt you.
Yeah, that hurts. That
time and time again, history will tell you that.
Yeah, that can hurt you. So he know that. Like if he's doing something wrong, he know we're gonna sit down and we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
yeah. No, I get it. And
to continue with the I wanted to ask you a question on the question you had asked about fighters and how they're supposed to be moving.
Oh yeah.
Basically, what you're saying is like every fighter now has to move like a hip hop artist trying to come up.
I mean,
like growing your fan base, growing your attention, garnering, you know what I mean, viral.
Yeah,
but my question is this though: how does that affect? I mean, it does affect, but how when will we get the best fight and the best again if it's all based upon numbers and who likes you and who's trending and who's popping? Like that takes away from the sport. Am I wrong?
I don't think
because I don't give a fuck how many likes you got on your picture you post, dog. Again, I don't care what you driving, what you eating. Right. All I want to do is see you in the ring.
Listen, we talked about it last week where it was like I had compared it to like the generation that's in front of us now, or the generation that they're marketing to now, just isn't our generation. Nobody at this table. It's not any of our generation.
Right.
But with that being said, like I think that they do have to, because you're building your brand. And I feel like I did a whole 180 on this whole topic.
But then again, in building your brand, you get to a point where what is the incentive for me to even want to go fight a nigga that's going to be hard for me to... I know it's going to be a tough fight. I already built my brand. I'm popping. I got money. I got this. I got that.
That's very fair too.
It's no reason for me to have to go take that hard fight once you get to that threshold.
Well, a lot of times it's about just the way you build your fighters, because you know everybody who has an O haven't really fought anybody. Mm-hmm. So just because a person is 26 and 0, that look at his resume,
right?
Because a person could be 26 and 0 but fought everybody that was like 3 and 17, 4 and 12,
right.
5 and 19.
Nobody with a winning record.
Yeah, nobody with a winning record. So and this day and age, you only got a few people who's willing to step up and take these undefeated fighters. You know what I mean? So like, and it's the younger fighters that's willing to move fast early to take these these fights.
Some of them.
You know what I mean? Like you got Rasheem Jefferson Jr., you got Raymond Ford, you got Jaron Ennis. Dudes who's really ready to take that next step. Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So you got dudes who just who like, man, listen, I want to fight. If he good, I want to fight him. Don't keep handing me cab drivers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So, it's like that now in the game with some fighters, not with all though.
Right.
Do you think what are your thoughts? I know this is off the wall. I'm just throwing random topics, but do you think we'll see Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence before 2022, 2023?
No. Because politics play a lot in boxing.
Yeah.
That's why everybody says, I mean, if you look at Boots, you look at Jaron Ennis, you look at his how his career is going.
Right.
Every time he beats somebody, like with him stopping Lipinets, what people don't understand is that made it worse for Boots to get a title shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now people really want to be ducking him now.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we talking about somebody that Mikey Garcia couldn't stop.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody's looking at it like, yo, who is this dude? But now, the flip side of that, people on the outside of boxing looking in, is like, yo, he ain't fought nobody. No, he just make people look like they're not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing with Roy Jones. Roy Jones fought everybody in the book.
Right.
The fighters he fought was good. He just made them didn't look
really
good.
bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but Boots is very, very dangerous, man. Like he's very dangerous. Like
I like him a lot.
I sit in there and watch him train, and the way he punches, the way he train.
Yeah, that's wild.
Like that's the way he trains. Like when he hit the bag, the way he punched people, that's the way he hit the bag. You know what I'm saying? So he trains hard, man.
Yeah, that's that's nuts, and that's something that's you don't see that often or too much because of kids will be in the gym and we've talked about it here before, and I know it's a common thing, but like there's people who are not like in the dog fight in the gym where like you see it in the fight might be the first time that they're actually like fighting or scrapping like kind of hard. And I think again that might be just a Philly thing or an East Coast thing where like they have like the dogs in the gym and they're dogs in the gym and outside the gym. Like,
bro, I've seen him. I've seen him make a heavyweight quit.
God damn.
Word. That's
like
dope.
a heavyweight quit.
That's crazy.
Like I literally was standing there and just watching him spar heavyweight, and the heavyweight wasn't like taking it easy. Like he was like, Bosey was telling him like, get him.
Right.
It was just, it was just too much, and the heavyweight was just like, yeah, that's it.
Word.
That's it.
All right, man. Wait, hold on. We got to get back to it. Let me get back on it. We didn't even talk about it. I think we all. I don't think I talked about it with Flake versus Lamanna or Flake versus Lara. Man, I think Flake was just outgunned. I think it was just that Irislandy Lara slept on. And I think that's as far as what I can see, you know what I mean? Irislandy Lara, his power slept on. And I mean, I think that everybody kind of forgets that Lara kind of had took it to Canelo, at least for the majority of the fight. He's been in there.
I thought he beat Canelo.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people who think the same thing.
Yeah, I thought he beat Canelo. But, I mean, nobody's sleeping on Lara. Lara is who he is. And I think that, you got to hype the fight up. If you're a fighter, you got to hype the fight up. You can't sit there and say, well, it's going to be a good fight or Lara might, get the win at the end. No, Flake said he was going to knock him out.
Right.
Like, he's supposed to say that. He's not supposed to say it's going to be a good fight, Lara coming to fight. No, I'm going to knock his ass out.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
And it turned out to be otherwise. But,
right.
it was, bro, let me tell you something. I commend any guy who steps in that square.
Absolutely.
It takes a lot of heart to step in that square.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So anybody who steps in that square, man, I got a lot of respect.
You got to salute them.
Yeah.
We can't close the show without making that point clear.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about.
Absolutely. And then so one of the next cards or one of the next fights on that card was the Omar Figueroa Abel Ramos card or Abel Ramos fight. So I'm a dickhead. I'm looking at the two records and I knew I'd seen Omar Figueroa fight before. I know I recognized him, but I've seen him fight, but it wasn't memorable enough for me to remember the style. So I was like, all right, well, I'm looking at FanDuel. He wasn't the favorite. So I'm like, he's plus 300. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to just throw a few dollars on him and I'll see what happens just because. Because the records are the same. They're both coming off losses to Ugas. Right. So I'm looking at it like, okay, cool. Just doing it by on paper, who's who, what's what. I'm just gonna put money on the kid who only has one loss. He hasn't been stopped. I was like, all right, cool. This is what it is, bro. Omar Figueroa's style is so different. I will call it different. It's just so odd, bro. I've never seen. And you know what I saw when I watched him do? Do any of y'all remember Manny Augustus?
Oh, yeah, of course.
You remember Manny Augustus when he fought Floyd?
Yeah,
Floyd's team is on record saying yo, that was Floyd's toughest fight or whatever have you. Bro, it was like a bad version of an impersonation of Emmanuel Augustus I was watching, bro. It wasn't like the drunk I've never seen anybody like this and just I don't know what I was watching, bro. What advice do you give somebody like that in the gym, bro? If I pop up or Apollo pops up in the gym and we start sparring and you see somebody doing that in the gym, what is your first piece of advice, bro?
Get out the ring. We got a lot to work on.
From the rip.
We got a lot to work on. I don't know what the hell that is.
Yo, I've never seen a style like that before.
We can't do that. We can't do that.
Did you see this? Did you see that fight? Did you get a chance?
Nah, I know you was on the road. I caught the highlights,
bro. Oh my God, I've never it was bad, man. It was a bad fight, but Abel Ramos advancing, moving on, and continue to see it. Yordanis Ugas is the big guy in that, or the scariest guy in that division, I think. So I don't know, bro. I just thought that shit was interesting as hell. That fight was crazy. And then, I mean, after that, the main event was the main event, bro. And I know you got thoughts. I want to hear what your thoughts on it was, because so everybody's been hyping up Andy Ruiz. So he lost 50 pounds. It wasn't 30 pounds. It was 50 pounds.
He looked decent enough.
Yeah, he looked in shape.
He looked better.
He looked in shape. He was ready to go.
He looked hungry again.
Yeah.
I thought you meant that like before.
I mean, like
Either way it goes.
Either way,
you're right.
all right, I get it.
either way.
You're right.
And then Chris Areola, who also looks like he lost maybe 25, 30 pounds, somewhere around there. He was also in shape. But Chris is a seasoned vet. And I think we talked about it last week. He's been in more wars. Yeah. He's got more like, I don't know, he's got more rounds on him. You know what I mean? He's been in there with Klitschko. He's been in there with Wilder. You know what I mean? So it just is, he's more of a seasoned veteran, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Right.
I bought into the hype, I have to admit. So, like I said, I put a few dollars on Andy Ruiz. I knew I wasn't going to get paid that much just because of the favorites or whatever.
Yeah.
Fam, I missed the fucking, what is that called? I missed the bill or whatever you want to call it by not putting on that this would go to the distance. By not betting on that fight would go to the distance. Because that fight, I didn't think should have gone the distance.
You bet on knockout?
No, I bet on just outright Chris or Andy Ruiz winning.
Okay.
So it wasn't, I wasn't getting that big of a return on it. But that fight went the distance, and that was crazy to me. I didn't think it was going to. But with all that being said, I want to hear both of y'all thoughts on the fights, because I'm just curious what anybody else in boxing is thinking about it right now.
Go ahead, bro.
I know you got something to say. We already, pre-podcast we was talking about it.
Yo, that dude, Chris Areola, man, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
Why you say that?
He's the GOAT, man. Like, he just says what
yeah, that was funny at the end.
Like, yo.
What'd he say?
He told us
what?
he was like, because the judges had it. I wrote the scores down. Oh, so all three judges had it 118, 109, which is crazy because basically they gave one round, which is he knocked down Andy Ruiz in the second round.
Yeah.
But everybody gave the rest of the fight, and I saw the scorecards earlier today. They gave the rest of the fight to Andy Ruiz, and that is not what I saw. Yeah. That's not what I don't think anybody saw.
Nobody.
That's not what I saw at all.
Nobody.
But afterwards, he was like, in the words of Dr. Dre, I'm gonna tell the judges, suck my motherfucking dick.
Dope.
Yeah, nah, and then, you know what I mean? Right in the crowd, telling everybody, you know what I mean? But yeah, I did not have Chris Areola losing every single round. I don't know. I just saw the different fight than what the judges saw. But yeah, I need to know what you thought about like the whole game plan, all of that shit. Like, I'm curious about what everybody else is thinking right now.
First of all, the fight went out the window when Chris Areola said what he said. I was bugging about that. I didn't even think. When he said that, I didn't even think nothing else about the fight. I'm not even going to lie, man. I said, yo, this dude is the GOAT.
Word.
Like, when he said that, bro, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know whether to laugh, whether to say he was crazy, what. Like, that was just unexpected. I mean, it was funny, but it was disrespectful.
Yeah.
It was funny, but it was disrespectful.
I think there's going to be a little bit of backlash about that from, like, were they weren't in Nevada, were they? Maybe one of the boxing commissions is going to have a problem.
I think it was in Nevada.
It might have been in Nevada. It was dope that they were outdoors, though. I will say that. It was nice to see boxing outdoors with people and all that shit. Yeah. But yeah, bro, I don't know.
So
I think
it wasn't a landslide, but the judges saw it that way.
It wasn't at all a landslide. But I'm curious now seeing that Andy Ruiz lost the 30, 50 pounds, whatever. A lot of people like on Twitter were talking about it, and they people are speculating that the power is just not there anymore. The speed was there. It was evident because all night he was just on the same. Like he
got fast hands. He got fast hands.
Same combination. Just you know what I mean? 1, 2, 3, and that's it. They were even talking about it on the fights during the commentary and all that stuff. But with that being said, he didn't hurt Chris, but I don't know if he could ever really hurt Chris. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know. Like Chris Areola didn't even get put down.
I don't remember him being hurt either, though.
Well, that's just it. I don't think he could hurt Chris, and I don't know if anybody can hurt Chris.
I wouldn't say that.
Wilder couldn't. That's all I'm saying. Wilder couldn't. And Wilder might be the biggest puncher that I can think of in the heavyweight division. Am I off?
Yeah.
I am?
No, I'm saying no. I'm
okay. No, I think Andy couldn't really hurt him. Andy didn't stumble him. And Andy got hurt a couple times.
Yeah.
And I also realized that Andy Ruiz is a little chinny for a heavyweight. Because AJ put him down.
Yeah.
He caught back up. AJ put him down. Joseph Parker put him down, who also fought yesterday.
That's my guy. Shout out to Joseph Parker. That's my guy.
And now Chris Areola put him down. Almost twice. He put him down once for sure. That second time, he damn near hit the canvas. But I think Andy Ruiz might be a little touchy on the chin. I don't know, man. That's bad for a heavyweight, I think.
Yeah, because it's a lot of people in there.
It's Andy Ruiz, bro. I mean, we know what we getting. Respect to him.
I mean, but
I think the glory days we saw those. You know,
I mean, not only that though. Like, you know, you got to understand. You know, he beat Joshua. That's when people who knew who Andy Ruiz was.
Right. Unless you was really like, tapped in.
Realistically, nobody cared about Andy Ruiz.
Right.
That's fair.
You know,
right.
We're just like, all right. Once he beat Anthony Joshua, all right. Now we got a heavyweight. We got a new heavyweight champion. Know what I'm saying? But nobody really cared about Andy Ruiz.
It's right back to like journeyman category.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm telling you, y'all sleeping on Andy Ruiz, bro. Let's just throw it back in the
I'm not
mix.
sleeping on him. I'm not sleeping on him.
I'm
I'm just saying, okay, so to be honest, did you know who he was before he fought Anthony Joshua?
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm saying,
I seen him fight before. I wasn't following him.
I wasn't following
That's what
him
you asking.
like that.
No. What I'm saying is,
him.
was you watching him fight on a consistent basis?
No. I don't consistent basis. But I knew who he was, and when I did see him, I said, oh yeah, he could fight. He got some hands.
Right.
But I wasn't thinking he was about to be the next nothing. You know what I'm saying?
At all.
yeah.
At all.
I wasn't thinking that.
I didn't think he was going to be nothing.
Yeah. I wasn't thinking.
I thought he would just be a good heavyweight, but
right.
You know that was pretty much it.
All right, so we've had this conversation before, but we've talked about how like there's A class and B class of heavyweights right now, right? We consider the A class the Tyson Fury, the Anthony Joshua, and I still consider Deontay Wilder the A class, all of those guys. Yeah. And then you have the B class, which is Derek Chisora, Joseph Parker. Who else am I thinking of?
He just moved up to heavyweight too. What's his name?
Usyk? No, Usyk's not heavyweight. Usyk moved
Yeah,
heavyweight. I'll
Usyk
throw Usyk in there, and then you have like Brian Jennings.
Yeah.
You have King Kong.
And
like there's that that other group of heavyweights that I consider that I kind of all grouped together and lumped together.
Big Baby.
Nah.
You want to say B class?
New Big Baby, not old Big Baby.
No. C class.
C class.
C class.
First of all, how can you give a guy like Big Baby that much credit when he got caught so many times?
I mean that's
true.
That's all fair.
He got caught so many times, bro. You can't give him that much credit.
All right, well then
That's fair.
Sticking with just the B class, where does Andy Ruiz fit in? Does he go in? Because I'll put Chris Areola into the B class. I won't put him in the C class just because of who he's been in there with. And
I'll put Joseph Parker in the B class.
Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah.
No. But what I'm saying is, where's Andy Ruiz? B or A? Because he's been in a ring.
He's
Listen,
not A. He's
even though he's just a former champ. He's a former champ.
He's definitely not A.
Yo, he knocked out one of the dudes from A. I feel like you automatically just in A.
That do give you sting. It gives you sting.
That gives you a leg to stand on.
I disagree with that.
Sting.
So let me ask you a question. So Buster Douglas A class?
He was that night. You're fucking right.
But I'm talking about as of now. Is he A class?
No.
Okay, exactly.
I can say no. All right.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
That's the way. I mean, that's actually the perfect way to look at it. So wait, Andy Ruiz is the Mexican Buster Douglas?
But that no. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that because AJ ain't Mike, and what Buster did to Mike. It's not the same thing that Andy Ruiz got it off, but Buster was punishing. He was in there punishing.
But I'm saying a knockout is a knockout.
A knockout is a knockout. I agree.
That's all fair points. I didn't actually think about that, but that's actually a very fair point because when you talking about all-time great heavyweights,
you can't say he's an A class. Yeah, you can't say he's an A class. Nah. It's
personally.
You can mention it.
Right. It's like
you can mention
footnote.
it.
And that's just like even let's go back to Hassan Rahman. He got that one knockout for Lennox Lewis. Is he A class? Did that make him A class?
Agreed.
No, because when he came back to that rematch, Lennox Lewis beat his ass.
Right.
Lennox had his way with him.
Right.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. All right, well, I mean,
I'm not putting Andy Ruiz no fucking A class any fucking way. This is just all hypothetical.
all right. That's
commentary. You
that's
know what
all
I'm saying?
hypothetical, I guess.
Give a fuck about no Andy Ruiz.
All right, so I don't know if you saw the fight. I mean, top to bottom.
I ain't see it top to bottom.
But just to wrap it all up, I want to see it again.
No.
They were Mexican. They did the Mexican thing. They were Mexicaning each other. You know what I mean? Giving out 7 punches, slipping 1 or 2. I want to see it again because I never seen two Mexicans that big just in there Mexicaning shit up. You know what I mean? Standing in the pocket, fighting each other, slipping every once in a while. I didn't see as much Canelo as I thought I would in Andy Ruiz. And granted, it was only one camp, so I don't know how much you can expect to see. But I didn't see that much defense from him. Did you expect to see anything different? That different, I mean?
No, not really. But, I mean, him dropping that weight, he should have been boxing more.
Yeah.
Should have been boxing a little more. Because, I mean, you didn't really have the power to stand there and bang.
Not with Chris Areola.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think he should have been boxing more, moving a little more. But
it started to bother me that he was only throwing like the 1, 2, 3 consistently.
But he was hitting me with that 1, 2, 3.
I know, bro. I know. That's the old adage. Like if you find something that works, stick to it. Exactly. And it was working. It was just like, yo, how is Chris not knowing that this is coming? Like it just didn't make any sense to me. I don't know how. I don't know if Chris just wasn't fast enough to like pick up on it to block that. You know what I mean, the right hook or whatever, or left hook, but. Yeah, I don't know, bro.
That right there is the thing that, and I hate to have to do this every episode, but that right there, that whole conversation you just had is the thing that I always be saying to you about Floyd, bro. There's never going to be an adjustment that needs to be made that won't be made. He's the master adjustment maker. That is the thing I credit him to at being great.
Yeah, him. It's a few more. You got Floyd. You got Andre Ward.
What, man? Absolutely Ward.
You got Terrence Crawford.
Yep.
I mean, like these dudes know how to adjust real fast. Especially Andre Ward. I don't think Andre Ward get the credit that he deserves.
And why you think that is?
Because he wasn't an exciting fighter.
Yeah, he wasn't.
He just knew how to win.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he wasn't an excited fighter and knew how to win. He wasn't flashy, so he's not going to get the credit that he deserves.
Right to the script.
He's definitely a Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
He's definitely a legend.
And he's doing a phenomenal job commentating too.
Oh, absolutely. It's crazy because I always say that I can use two fighters that commentate, well, 3, that seem like they know what they're talking about, and that's Rasheem Jefferson, Andre Ward, and Paulie Malignaggi. I would love to have them 3.
Paulie is beast.
I would love to have them 3 commentating the fight.
Paulie's a beast too.
That's a dream team.
I want to just ask him where the fuck Paulie been at lately.
I think they fired him because
Paulie got he got blackballed from Showtime, and now he hasn't been back since, bro.
I miss him, yo.
Yeah, I miss Paulie Malignaggi.
See what they did. What they doing is they just hiring the people that has to say what's politically correct,
right?
Because if not, they wouldn't have got rid of Teddy Atlas.
Right.
No, Teddy Atlas was the one who was
right.
Teddy Atlas was the one who was calling out all of the judges who robbing the fighters and stuff like that. So the fact that he was seeing things that they didn't like,
right.
It was like, no, we got to get rid of him.
And especially the way the circus is set up now, you can't be on there knowing too much because then you know what I mean. Then you exposing the fact that these two probably shouldn't be fighting each other.
Exactly.
The fight we need to see, we're not going to see it. You got to build up the bullshit fights we watching.
And it's about the money, man.
Yeah, you got to be beat to do that shit. I feel you.
Speaking of about the money and Floyd,
we know what's going on. But
I know. I don't want to rehash it. I just want to see what your thoughts are on it because him and I are at a difference of opinion. I think you're a Floyd fan too, right?
I am, but I'm not biased.
You not anybody who's a Floyd fan is biased.
No.
That's not true, bro. See, that's the bullshit niggas like you say, man.
Yo, you know what I was watching, and a lot of people just look past the fight because Floyd won a fight. When he fought Madonna, Floyd and Madonna won when they first fought. What people don't understand is you go back and watch that fight, Madonna was fucking Floyd up.
Yeah.
Like, if you go back and look at that fight, I'm talking about punching all in the back of the head, in the back, on the hip. He was fucking Floyd. That was like he took Floyd through hell on that fight.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I guess that's what made the second fight much easier because Floyd was like, all right.
The only other person I ever seen do that was Miguel Cotto.
Cotto was putting some work
roughed him
in
up
too.
a little bit.
Cotto was putting some work
That's
in.
the only other person I
Well,
can think of.
I think that was only because Floyd wanted to make it a fight. Because if you look at the first 5 rounds,
he got yelled at.
Floyd made it
about
look
that.
too
Yeah, I
easy.
remember that.
So I think Floyd just wanted to secure the rounds and then just say, fuck it, let's fight. You know what I mean? Because he could have kept boxing and made it look easy.
There you
know
go.
what I mean? Because the first 5 rounds was a breeze.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he just started just standing after that and was like, all right, come on, now we can fight.
Right.
All right, with all of this shit coming up, are you invested in this? Are you gonna watch it?
What? Logan Paul, Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah.
What else is there to do on that day?
Go to church. It's a Sunday. Fuck that.
I might watch it. I ain't gonna pay for it.
Yeah, I ain't paying for it, but I'll watch it.
I'm not.
They're doing so. There's some news came out this week. Actually, I meant to bring that up and put that on the pre-pod stuff, but they're going to do everything that they can to get y'all to buy this bullshit ass fight. Demetrius Andrade is fighting.
He just fought.
Right.
Nope, I lied. I'm sorry. It's Jarrett Hurd. Jarrett Hurd is on that
shit.
on that undercard now. Yep, Jarrett Hurd is fighting Luis Arias. How you say his name? I don't fucking know. Jarrett Hurd is fighting on that undercard.
Right.
On the pay-per-view.
I mean, you gonna watch it too, so I don't know why you sitting here on some bullshit. You gonna watch that shit, man?
I'm not gonna watch it. I have to
Oh,
find.
you're
I'll find
watching
the
that.
stream
You
if
might
I
not
need
pay
to.
for it, but you
Right,
can watch
yeah,
it.
you gonna watch.
I really don't want to, bro. Like, what is this? Like, what are you expecting to see? Like, if you turn it in to watch it, if I'm gonna reserve some time in my day, what am I tuning in to watch? Like, what?
So now I'm just curious if Floyd, let's just say Floyd, I don't know, somehow pass out from dehydration and Paul wins. Do this go against Floyd record?
That's what I want to know.
No, right? Because it's just what you call them? Exhibition. It don't count
This doesn't even have a
because
sliver
it don't count
of excitement.
positive or negative, right? He don't get 53 and 0 because of this.
Well, this would be 51.
Well, I was just exactly.
Oh, no, I got you. That's a good question. So, will
So
he
pretty
be
much it's just a paycheck.
Yeah.
Will he be 51 and 0 or will he
Nah,
be 50?
I don't think it goes on the record either way.
All right, well, let's say it doesn't go on a record. Does Floyd make hats that say 51 and 0?
He makes 51 million.
I think
he said
actually
100.
No, yeah, he said 100 million.
100 million.
100
49
million.
short.
Fam, $100 million for 30 minutes of potentially 30 minutes of bullshit.
One thing you can't take away from Floyd though, he's a hell of a businessman.
Oh my
Absolutely,
God.
it's
a hell of a business,
it's a
man.
short list of things you wouldn't do for $100 million.
Me? Yes.
It's a
Floyd,
short
though?
list of things that you wouldn't do. It's a lot that you would, motherfucker. So be clear. This is not that. You know what I'm saying?
100 million is.
All right, so do you think? I know you mentioned you opened the pocket. We were talking about the YouTube boxers and all of this stuff and how much it's bullshit and all of that shit.
Right.
How do you feel about this fight?
I feel the same way.
So it's bullshit.
I feel the same way. I mean,
We know that.
Floyd is going to get his money the way he get his money. Floyd don't give a fuck. He don't care. He gonna get his money the way.
Yeah,
he
at this point, he's Floyd Mayweather, the entertainer.
Yeah.
It's not the fighter.
This doesn't bother Floyd's, or this doesn't bother you about Floyd's career.
No.
This isn't Ali versus not Norton, Larry Holmes.
Hell no. This is Ali versus his cousin.
Right, when they did
from
shit like that.
Louisville.
circus joints. Joe
No.
even fighters like Joe Louis did shit like that, man. I mean,
But
all the way back.
that's what I'm saying.
Exhibitions later on that made absolutely no sense.
When you look at Ali Holmes, right? When I think back about that fight should never have happened. Ali's way too old. It's past. And,
Yeah, he was way.
But that's not
too
this situation.
no, but
That's like you let Floyd age another, I don't know, 10 years and throw him in there with like Errol Spence or somebody. But you know what I mean? It's like Larry Holmes. That's way different than this. This ain't that.
One thing about Floyd. Floyd's smart. Floyd knows this is a young man's game.
Absolutely.
He's not going to try to get in there with Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, none of them dudes.
And why?
Because he knows it's a young man's game.
He's
now.
not going to make 100 million fighting now.
Exactly, and his time is up. He wants to sit back and watch and promote.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? He done had his time. His time is up.
so why is he fighting then?
$400 million.
Right? Like,
All right.
He just gonna put on the show for $100 million.
That's it. Whatever. It is what it is.
mean-
At this point, wait, hold up. You brought up Errol Spence. I do want to get to the Matchroom card because there were some good fights on there. But before we do that, there was something I saw that popped up on an interview that Canelo did recently with Spanish media or Mexican. It was like Mexican media or something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so it came up, and I guess it came up in conversation. Like after this Billy Joe Saunders fight, he's looking to unify the titles, and he said basically anything's possible. That was in response to the question from the reporter about a potential super fight of Canelo versus Errol Spence. And I told this guy that Canelo wipes the floor with Errol Spence. Just my thoughts, my opinions. I'm here to argue.
I agree.
Oh, shit. Okay.
well, I didn't say you was wrong, motherfucker.
Well, what the fuck? I thought you said you wanted to argue about it.
I didn't say you was wrong about that.
I think Boots beats Errol Spence.
That's a
And
big
not even a
statement.
struggle. Why is it a big statement?
Because Errol's listen, man. I love
Errol Spence can box.
I love Boots. Don't get me wrong.
But who's a better boxer?
I mean, are we talking about boxing?
Who got better defense?
All right
Who
now.
got power in both hands?
All right now.
I'm just saying. And not only that, who gets hit more? Like, come on now.
Errol got. I mean, Jaron got touched a little bit
That
against
last fight?
Lipinets. He did get touched a little bit.
Yeah, but you got to understand, he got touched, and what he do? Come right back.
Oh yeah, no, I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying?
I
And
agree.
a lot of times when it look like Boots getting touched, he's rolling with them shots.
That's fair too.
True.
So if you ever look at the replay, he's rolling with them shots. And more important than that, I'm telling you, like if Errol Spence, all I'm saying is Errol Spence can't get hit with the shots that he lets other people hit him with. Because he
was
get hit a
fighting
lot.
Boots. Right.
So
Know
you
what I'm
think? So you think Errol's got more power than Sean Porter? Or not? I'm sorry. Boots has more power than Sean Porter.
But Sean Porter makes anybody look bad. But
No,
yes,
I agree. I'm with you, and that's
Yes.
why I'm asking
yeah,
it because
yeah.
if the same shots, you think so?
yeah,
Okay, I was just wondering.
yes.
Just asking.
But Sean Porter's style makes anybody look bad. So I
Absolutely.
don't think
Fair.
nobody can look super sharp against Sean Porter
Right.
Yeah.
because of his style.
Right.
Yeah.
So
dog.
you're not gonna look like, $1 million against him. You're gonna probably look like $500,000 because the way he fights.
In ones.
Yeah,
It was.
and little fives here.
Oh,
But and that's only because of the way that he fights. But
Yeah, that's
I just think that
that's a bold statement, man.
I think, and I stand by it.
Okay.
With
And I
you.
stand by it.
I
And I
respect
think
it.
that, if they give him a shot, that's it. Boots is too hungry, man.
Yeah.
He's too hungry, and him and his dad know that. They already know. Once you get that title, you got to work harder to keep it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and they know that. So it's not something that his dad has to tell him once he wins the title.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he knows that. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
think once he win at 47, I think he's going to go up to 54.
That's a lot. There's a lot of action at 54.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
a lot
so-
of action up there.
but-
I'm excited to see.
So as of right now, like you more a fan of Crawford than Spence? If you saw them two going up?
You know what? I would just want to see them fight. I would just want to see them. It's crazy because I'm a fan of the lower weight class more. You know what I mean? Like, of course, I'm a big fan of my fighter, Raymond Ford.
Right.
right.
I'm picking him over anybody any given time.
Right.
But the lower class, like I like, Shakur Stevenson,
Absolutely.
Raymond Ford,
Absolutely.
Rasheem Jefferson, Victor Padilla, the fighters that we have.
Right.
I mean, I don't know how I forgot about him. Another great fighter, world champion, Scooter. I mean, Scooter's a monster. Scooter's a beast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you got these fighters, man, that people need to look out for.
Yeah.
Word.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely, bro.
Especially like with Ray. Ray got the heart of a lion, man. Ray, it's times where we gotta like even laugh sometimes because he wants to move so fast. He wants to fight everybody. Like
Yeah.
if Reagan fight tomorrow for a world title, he wants to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but
That
boxing
Camden
is,
shit, man.
yeah,
You
but
already
boxing
know.
is all about timing.
Absolutely.
Boxing is all about timing.
They can't move too fast. Guys can't move. That's what, I mean, that's something that we talked about last week with Berlanga. Like,
I'm not sold on him.
I mean, neither. That's the same thing we talked about. I like Berlanga. I think he's a good fighter. I think he has potential, but I do think that exposed a little bit. They threw him in with a kid that potentially could have, like, bothered him a little bit. Like, I looked at that kid's record. He was 28-14, 28-16, something like that. So the kid was no slouch. He's been in there for, some wars and stuff.
Who has he fought?
Well, no, I mean, his opponent. So Berlanga's opponent was 28-14 or whatever have you. I don't know who he's fought, but
what you mean, 14 losses?
Yeah, he had 14 losses, I think. Berlanga was.
Is that the kid from DC, from Baltimore?
I don't know where he was from, actually. We were talking about that.
I think Calvin trains him. Tank's trainer.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense then. He's been in with some dogs. I get it now. But yeah, bro, I'm with you. I look forward to see a lot of those guys and what their career holds in the future, especially Ray, obviously. Just to go through some of the other cards that were on yesterday or this past weekend, Katie Taylor was in a dogfight with Natasha Jonas, I think her name was. Yo, that was a really, really good fight.
Yeah.
96-95 for two cards, and then one of the judges' scorecards had a 96-94. So it was, I mean, we've talked about it before with women's boxing, how it's just like all the time, pedal to the metal. They got 2 minutes to work.
Right.
They got to work.
Right.
But I did want to speculate on here that I think that girl Natasha Jonas was a problem for Katie Taylor in a few of those middle rounds. And I think like that 3-minute thing, like they have to have 3-minute rounds because that could have changed the whole dynamic of the fight. Because I think that she was much more of a boxer than Katie Taylor is, much more like just boxer-esque, not necessarily boxer-puncher. But yeah, I think Katie Taylor came out with the win, but that was the toughest fight I've seen.
It was a good fight. It was a good fight for Katie Taylor. It was a good test. Katie Taylor lets them hands go out.
Yeah,
she let them hands go, man.
Yeah. They were banging.
Taylor's a beast.
Yeah,
she's a beast. Both of them. It was a good fight. I would like to see it again.
Yeah, I think so too.
It was a great fight.
That was their second time fighting, was it? I think that was their second time fighting.
No, I think that was first time.
Maybe it was. I don't know, because they said that they wanted to run it back again or something like that. I forget. Natasha Jonas had brought that up during their post-fight interview, how she said that she wanted to get in there with her for a third time. So that's why I thought maybe it was.
It might have been.
Yeah, maybe there was another one.
That was a great fight.
Yeah, yeah. I think that could have been the main event for that card.
Yeah.
I mean, if they would have ended on that fight, that would have been a phenomenal night of boxing, or day of boxing. I would have been fine with watching that. But the actual main event, Derek Chisora taking on Joseph Parker. Man, this is again with that class of heavyweights. I put both of them in the B class, just because I don't think that they can compete with the guys like Tyson Fury, even like AJ, like Deontay Wilder. I don't think either of them could really do much with any of those guys. Right. But with that being said, Joseph Parker won with a split decision. 115, 113, 116, 111, and then the other card had a 115, 113 for Derek Chisora. I mean, I thought it was a pretty close fight. But again, watching this class of heavyweights, it's like the heavyweights that we got in the period of like Klitschko up until Fury, up until like, for lack of a better term, they were kind of boring. They're like the typical heavyweights, much slower. There's nothing really like special about that I can see. Again, not that they're not good fighters. I don't want to make it seem like I'm doubting them because they both have fantastic careers, but they're just a different class of boxer than what I've seen, even with AJ, even with Fury. Like those guys, I think are like an elite level. And just from what I saw from Derek Chisora and Joseph Parker, like they were both taking rounds off. Like
well, you got to understand, there's a lot of weight that they're carrying.
Right. No, I get that.
I mean, so they can't, you can't see them throwing 9-punch combinations.
Yeah.
Right.
Like a featherweight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of weight that they're carrying and turning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So once they throw 3 or 4 punches, now it's like, hold on.
Right.
Let me put this jab out there.
Regroup.
Yeah, let me see what he gonna throw. All right, now I'm gonna go back and throw 2 more.
How you feel right now?
Bitch.
All right.
Yeah,
then.
no. Again, I can't. Yeah, you're right. That's fair enough. You're right. I'm not going. I don't know that I could be in there with them personally, but not that I should be, anyways.
Right.
But I just again thought it was a good fight for what it was. Joseph Parker won. Should have won. The right man won. cards seemed okay. Like they weren't like too crazy. I know Derek Chisora wasn't too happy about it, but I don't know. I
thought Parker won. I thought it was. I thought he won clear. I didn't think it was. I don't think it could have won either way, or it was a draw, or he won. I thought Joseph Parker won.
I agree. I'm with you, bro.
I mean, the fact I'm biased, like Joseph Parker, that's my guy.
I know that's your guy, yeah.
That's my guy.
Yeah, bro. That's recapping. That's all the fights that we had this past weekend. Other than that, this week I got. You want to get into the fantasy fight?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do the fantasy fight. So this week, Fan of Punch Podcast, episode 42, we have in our fantasy fight Willie Pep, one of the slickest of all time, taking on also one of the slickest of all time, arguably my favorite southpaw.
All right.
Sweet Pea, Pernell Whitaker. You got to let me know what you think in the comments. It's our fantasy fight for this week. Willie Pep taking on Sweet Pea, Pernell Whitaker. Rest in peace.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let us know what you think in the comments.
All right.
Who do you got? Who do y'all got?
You already know, man. Ain't nobody slicker than Pete Whitaker, man. I'm rolling with him, man.
I'm agreeing with
I don't know why this was such a big deal for you.
Well, the only thing is because, Willie Pep is arguably, the grandfather of that style, right? Am I off?
Is it any fighters that remind you of Willie Pep that you can think of?
Currently?
Yeah.
Currently? Tevin Farmer? Currently? Sweet Pea? Rest in peace. I think that there was.
Well, I think from
what he's not the grandfather of that style, though, man.
From what I remember, only one fighter that I know back then at that time. Well, not in the time where he was fighting, but a little closer. Zaire Rahim.
Okay.
So if you ever watch Zaire Rahim, he reminds you really of Willie Pep, the way Willie Pep used to fight. I mean, so whenever you get a chance, watch him.
I gotta check that out because
he was an Olympian too. In 1996 with David Reed and Fernando Vargas and all of those guys. He was on the Olympic team as well.
I gotta check it out. You might have just schooled me because that name don't even ring a bell for me.
Yeah,
it probably should. I feel like
Zaire Rahim was a beast. He reminded me a lot of Willie Pep. At that time.
So everybody here just went with Sweet Pea though.
Yeah, man. What are you talking about?
All right, I guess I can't even argue it. I mean, like I said, Willie Pep is just, like I said, the grandfather, what I think, but he was smaller than Sweet Pea. I mean...
Yeah, he was good. Willie Pep was...
He had a tough time with, what's his name? What's my man name that he fought? The black dude a couple times. He fought him like 2-3 times.
Oh,
Sandler, something like that? Sandy Sandler?
Yeah, Sandler, yeah. He lost to Sandler. He lost the title to him. Yeah, and then he couldn't get it back.
Sweet Pea gonna do the same thing.
What?
Gonna handle him. If he has the belt, he's gonna relieve him of that.
Yeah. All right.
You know what I'm saying?
I do I wanted to play devil's advocate, but at the same time, I do think the competition that Sweet Pea faced obviously was not as it was different competition. There was Sweet Pea faced a lot better competition with Chavez, with De La Hoya in his prime.
Robbed.
Yep. Yeah.
Talk about it.
Exactly.
Get robbed.
Man, look.
I mean, I think everybody talks about fighters getting robbed, but they never talk about the number one robbery in boxing history.
What would you say it is?
Roy Jones.
No.
Against who?
An Olympic.
Well, that's debatable.
Oh, yeah.
That's the biggest robbery in history. So if
hold on. I gotta throw something in the hat for that. Have you ever watched Joe Louis Jersey Joe Walcott 1?
No.
Robbery.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Facts. I'm talking about this dude hasn't even hit Roy Jones. If y'all never seen that, I want y'all to pull that up on YouTube.
I gotta go watch it. Yeah, I know.
Sit back and watch it.
It's one of the most talked about things. I know that.
Could not hit Roy Jones. Roy Jones was hitting this dude with 8 and 9 punch combinations and moving.
Wasn't he the kid? Where was the kid from? Russia or something, right?
Not like Japan
or I thought they were in the home. They were in the Olympic. They were in the home country of the kid he was fighting. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Like Roy destroyed this dude. Like the fight was so easy that the dude even knew he lost. Like everybody knew he lost.
Same thing.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody knew he lost. Like it was. But I'm talking about. See, back then it was a lot of banging and you know what I'm saying. So, but I'm talking about Roy literally gave this dude a boxing clinic. I don't even think this dude hit Roy probably once or twice, man.
Speaking of which,
Roy killed this dude.
Willie Pep is said to have won a round without actually hitting a man one time. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just leave that there. I'm just drop that. Boom. Pick that up. That's for y'all.
Nobody gives a fuck, man. What is you talking about? Move on, man. Move on. P. Whitaker, man. What we talking about?
Yo, do you want to get down to Willie Pep's side? You want to fight like Willie Pep or something, man?
Listen, man. That was Willie Pep fought at 28, 26. 126, I think. There's no way in my entire life. Chino told me one time that I had to get down to 54, 55. No, 56 in the amateurs.
And you knew you wasn't going to make it.
I was like, Coach,
Yeah, you're going to have to lose a limb too.
Pops, I'm like at 63 right now, and it's not budging, buddy. I don't know. What do you want me to do? What should I do? Run a mile, then skip rope, then go about your floor work. Pops, I don't have 7 hours to train right now. I got a job, and see, this is bad memories.
Real shit.
Bad memories, bro.
Man, it's boxing is the game to be in, man, if you love boxing, but it's also a dirty game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%.
It's also a dirty game. Like when it comes to money, this is a tricky game, man.
Word.
I mean, and I'm telling you, like I've seen all corners of it. You know what I mean? Like I've seen all corners of it. So, advice for people who's in this game and just got in this game. You got to be careful who mentoring you. I mean, you got to be careful who's calling you their brother. I mean, you got to be careful who calling you, who's giving you high praise, but behind their back, they backbiting you, they stealing from you, they taking from you, so it's a lot go on. It's a lot that goes on in this game.
That's real shit.
A lot of people don't know about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like it's a whole lot. So just when you get in this game, you gotta really, really pay attention. And even for the fighters, even with the fighters, like don't be so blind to the fact where you trusting somebody so much to the point where you feel like, oh, this is my brother or this is my coach. I love him that much to where as though you give him access to your whole life and you're not even paying attention.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, so you got to really pay attention to this.
You got to stay on your business.
Yeah, because
stay on your business.
It's a lot, man. Like I've been in this thing, man, for years. I've helped build 2 world champions.
Mm-hmm.
I was part of that. You know what I mean? And my biggest payday was $1,200.
That's nuts.
Out of 10 years.
That's nuts.
You know what I'm saying?
That is nuts.
So I'm talking about like, not the fighters, but you got coaches that's getting $50,000, $60,000.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting $50 for gas and toll money.
Right. That shit is crazy. That
Yeah,
don't make no sense.
It's a shiesty business, bro.
Yeah,
It really
so I'm
is.
just saying, like, you just pay attention. And the crazy part about it is, like, I don't hold no ill will toward nobody because at the end of the day, you move on from it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're going to be compensated. It's
Right.
not like it's going to come back to you.
Right,
You know what I mean? So
right.
only thing you can do is just learn from it and move on from it. So I took a lot from this game, man. You know what I mean? Having my own fighters now, and just showing them, what to do and what not to do.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? So
The experience is so valuable that you know what I mean, with the fighters that you're dealing with now,
so
it's going
how-
to be a different situation for you.
exactly. So how
Smoother.
I took it was just like, I just went to college to learn. I paid to learn.
Absolutely.
know what I mean?
Pay tuition.
That's it. I
Now
paid
get
to learn.
money.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
but you got to
Real
be
shit.
careful. But
Real shit.
a lot of people don't understand. Like these people when they start messing you over and start getting over on you financially, their time won't come.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people choose to live their glory right now.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to wait.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And coming up where I came up from, I used to always hear the old heads say that, greediness lead to emptiness.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
so,
real spill.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, you just, you let them be greedy. Let them be greedy. Because a lot of them coaches now, they done had their little glory. So now they searching for any little fight that they can get.
Right. I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They search for any little
history
fight.
would tell you it's a whole lot of stories of the rise and the fall, and they're not too far apart from each other.
Exactly. So, but one thing what people need to understand is just that a person can do something to you, but that person will get an attitude with you like you wrong.
Mm-hmm.
How am I wrong?
Right.
You did me wrong and you mad at me.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But understand this too, and this is where yes men come in at.
Yeah.
Some people can do something to you for so long, and nobody never say nothing about it, and they start thinking that it's normal to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So a person can take money from you forever.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But if nobody don't let them know, like, yo, what are you doing? Like, why would you do that?
Right.
They're going to start keep thinking that it's normal.
Right.
Oh, no, I did this for the last 22 years. I've been taking $50 a day.
Done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've been doing that.
Yeah.
But nobody never said nothing to them about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just, with all of the yes men, you know, that can hurt people's careers. You know what I'm saying? So,
Agreed.
No, you gotta,
and that's with anything. That's with anything.
Yeah, so you got to be careful. But
if there's no resistance, something ain't right. It's systematic.
yeah,
It's monolithic. If there's no resistance, it's something ain't right in the situation.
Right.
It can't be a yes to everything.
so I know for me, man, with that, you know, me moving on, you know, I honestly this the happiest I've been since I've been a trainer. You know what I mean?
Word.
I got my own now, and I can train my fighter the way that I want to train them. You know what I mean? Like when
You're
you
doing
got
a hell of a job too.
Exactly. Like when you got an overseer, you know, you got to do what they want you to do.
Right.
You can't do what you want them to do. You know what I mean? So if people look at fighters right now, like really pay attention to fighters. You got fighters that can throw a 30-punch combination but has no fundamentals.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a proper jab. The footwork is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have no head movement.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So really pay attention to these fighters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and you know, don't be as trainers. I'm not scared to take my fighter back to the basics.
Right.
So when me and Ray is working, you know what I'm saying? We working. I'll take them back to the basics.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2,
Mm-hmm.
jab, move around, move your head, jab,
Right.
1, 2. I mean, jab, double jab.
Right.
That's the
You know what I'm saying? Move
that's
your
the
head,
shit
jab.
that wins fights. That's
Right.
what that's
Right.
what will win a fight. Your
Right.
basics and fundamentals
Right.
will win fights. If you're not slipping, moving, you know what I mean, doing the right shit. Look, and we, you know what I mean, we both are big fans of your fighters. I mean,
Right.
of you, obviously, you know what I mean, but of your fighters, and you just moving them the right way. And, you know what I mean, it's all about teaching and learning and making sure fighters are teachable and,
Right.
and they can learn. You know what I mean? That's what it comes down to, and it's a beautiful thing when you can find that. When you can find that like harmony between all of that. It's
Right. I mean,
it's perfect.
And as trainers, like a lot of times, you know, like not one trainer know everything about this game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's times where I got questions where I go to Rel, Rasheem Jefferson. Yo, Rel, I just had somebody doing this. What should I do after this? And he'll tell me like, yo, all right, so after this you do this. Or I would do the same thing with Bosey. Jaron Ennis dad, Bo.
Mm-hmm.
I had Ray doing this. You know what I'm saying? What should I do with him after that? Oh, do this. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's it. Like, so, you know, I'm not afraid to ask questions.
Right.
You know what I mean, I'm still learning.
Right.
Everybody's still learning in
Right.
this game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Never stop learning.
absolutely.
Yes, sir. Well, Reg, we appreciate you coming through, coming
Thank
on
y'all,
the pod
man.
with us,
I
man.
appreciate you guys giving me a platform to stand on, man, so I can express myself and, you
Absolutely.
know, talk about the things that go on with my fighter and camp and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, bro. Well, we looking forward to it.
when we seen him back in the ring.
Yeah, Ray's coming back soon, right?
yeah, in July. He'll be back in July.
Okay.
Like the beginning of July.
Word.
I mean, so,
Who's he fighting?
you. At heavyweight.
You ain't shit. All right, man. That's it. Episode 42, Fan of Punch podcast. Yeah, bro. Let's hit our walkouts and then
What you got, man?
We out of here. Damn, I had one. Oh yeah, that's what I. So yeah, I mean, I seen all Mayweather all in the news. So yeah, I mean, I'm not feeling all what's going on right now. So I'm calling out the Mafia music because that Mayweather money looking funny in the light by Rick Ross.
Oh my goodness.
You disrespectful, man. I told you I'm not going to tolerate disrespect.
All right,
Floyd,
man. Just go ahead. Who you coming out to, bro?
Man, let Reg go, man. What
Reg,
you got, Reg?
All right, walk out. In Fan of Punch podcast tradition, we all come pick a song that we would walk out to right now in whatever vibe we feeling or whatever we're feeling right now. So what do you need to pick a song and by anybody, don't matter. We gonna throw it on there.
Ace Hood, Undefeated.
Okay.
Nice one. Nice one. Yeah. All right. I'm going to do 50 Cent. If I can't do it, it can't be done. That's what I would come out to.
Bet. All right, man. That's it. Episode 42 of the Phantom Punch podcast. Make sure you click like, subscribe, comment,
Yes,
all
sir.
of that stuff. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere, all the above. Check out Reg, head coach for Raymond Savage 4 here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
One of my personal dearest friends here who taught me absolutely nothing about boxing. We appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you coming through, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming through, bro.
Anytime, man. Just put my check in the mail. And, we go from there.
All right, man.
Yeah. As always, salute to every fighter that enters the ring. Make sure y'all catch us next week. Phantom Punch Podcast. Peace.
Peace.